is they use artificial intelligence to analyze an EEG and to put it into a report that a layman, Neanderthal like me can understand. So they scanned my brain. I was able to look at this report and tell how my neurons are firing, where my neurons are misfiring, how my neurons are losing bandwidth from the posterior of my brain to the prefrontal cortex of my brain. Okay, why is that important? That woman we talked about earlier that may have anxiety or depression, that's another tool to assess that. We know that it has over an 80% success rate, way more efficacious than any SSRI, which have been debunked and proven to be bullshit too. Way more than any of these antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, and it's a permanent fix. We scan your brain waves, and then from there, we can use a technology called MERT, which is a magnet, and the AI will give you a precision approach to rewiring your brain. So it uses a magnet to pull those firing neurons down the correct path. And so let me quantify it and give you an example of how it works. For me, my brain, so the human brain has variances. Some brains are moving as slow as 6.5 hertz, top tier is 13 hertz. And that's how fast you can analyze data. And so if there was a red dot and I flashed it up on a screen and I flash it once, everyone will see that as long as they're above 6.5 hertz. If I flash it twice really fast, anyone below 9.5 hertz, they won't be able to make that signal connect to the prefrontal cortex to assess that it flashed twice. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the posterior of my brain moves at 12.5 hertz. That's a really fast brain relative to the average population. But by the time it makes it to the front of my brain, I'm moving at 9.5 hertz. Why? It's years of sleepless nights, stress, anxiety, epigenetics, diet, nutrition, head trauma, these athletes with concussions. So they're using it mainly to treat athletes with depression from concussions and brain injuries. And we can't fix the anatomical issues of the brain, but we can help those neurons fire appropriately and maximize the delivery of the bandwidth of the signal. And so through brain mapping, we're able to create a precision plan where that magnet is literally tuned to the frequency of my brain and is able to drive that 12.5 hertz all the way from the posterior to the prefrontal cortex.
Have you done this?
Yeah.
What did it do for you?
I haven't gone through the training yet. Yeah, we just got the equipment at Ways to Well last week.
Are you going to do it for yourself?
Oh yeah. Because I'm at 12.5, and at the prefrontal I'm at 9.5. Okay, that's almost a 20% improvement in brain cognitive function. And so when I love the idea of human optimization, like I love helping people, but like refining people who are already studs. That's fun. I immediately think, what about, they're using it a lot with high-level operators. They've already signed all these government Department of Defense contracts, and they're using it for Navy SEALs, for snipers, for people who have to make split-second decisions under high-pressure environments. You want that neuron firing all the way through.
I would imagine it'd be good for comedy.